Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the Cosmic Sheep podcast. My name is Cyrena and I am the owner of the Cosmic Sheep yarn store in Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, Canada. I decided to start up a YouTube podcast channel because there's lots of people that aren't on social media but they love knitting podcasts and watching that kind of stuff, and I know I do too. So I thought, yep, let's start this for the store. I thought it'd be a great way to kind of share some of the new products coming in, talk about projects I'm working on, and just sharing other stuff too, events, different things happening in the store. So then in case you're not on social media, maybe this will be a better way for you to get to the info of what's happening here. So welcome. We're just gonna go with it. I am not great with editing stuff, so we're just gonna push through and hope it all goes well. So let's start with, one thing. If you haven't seen, you can go ahead, if you are on social media, and follow the store. It is under the Cosmic Sheep. I just opened in December, so still a little bit new, still getting the word out there. And then of course, if you want to stay up to date with these videos, you can definitely subscribe to keep up with that too. But let's, what do I want to start with? Maybe let's start with what's new in the store. And it was like perfect timing for me to do this video because with the summertime, it is a little bit slower, so I haven't been bringing in as much new stuff, but there's a reason I picked this spot to sit in the store today. As you might be able to see behind me here are these beautiful skeins of fingering weight from Tara of That Yarn Habit. So if you don't know about her, she's in Grand Prairie, Alberta. Absolutely amazing dyer. She's very near and dear to my heart. Has been a big help too with me opening the store and everything. So she was definitely somebody that I wanted to have her yarn here to help support. So I just got a new order from her. And so I brought in some existing colorways that I had, but a lot of new stuff too. Just lots of fun, different variegated colors, some solid colors. I did pull some down to show a little bit closer. I'll show this one first. So this one is her Aurora Lane. It is my absolute favorite, I think, from her. It's just, it's all my colors in here that I absolutely love. So this is a fun one. That one was one that I had brought in before, so it is just a restock one. Then the rest of these are all new. So this one is her Stars Hollow colorway. So I like this one because it's more of like a speckled, it's just beautiful. This one is super fun. It's called Lemonade Stand. So it's this beautiful yellow, but then with this, like, I don't even know, it's like a reddy orange color. It's beautiful. This one is a little bit newer of a colorway. I feel like it came out maybe a couple months ago now, but it's called Nautical Fall. And she does a lot with this like teal color. And I just like, it's my favorite. So and then this one, actually, I mostly like the name, but the color is beautiful too. It's Stay Trippy Little Hippie. So, yeah. And then, like, I just pulled down some of them, but there's lots more here. Lots that you can pair together for projects and stuff. So definitely, I would suggest stopping in and seeing them in person because the colors are just amazing. And they are fingering weight. So this base of hers is her 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. So great for socks, great for anything. Like, I've made lots of shawls. You can't see in the video, but above me, I've done 2 shawls with her stuff. And it's some of my favorite. And fingering weight is really great to work with in the summertime. So I know some of us don't like working with the heavier yarns when it's hot out, and I totally understand. I work with anything, so but fingering weight is great. Shawls, t-shirts, yeah, it's pretty good. So that is the newest thing in the store. Other than that, I am kind of waiting for the fall. There's a lot of new stuff coming out in the fall that I will be waiting on and bringing in for fall and winter. So once that comes, I'll be sharing more of some new stuff coming then. But yeah, so but yeah, that's kind of all that's new in the store. So I'm gonna move on to, well, let's do this one first. Finished object. If you follow me on social media, you would have seen my post on this. So I usually am a person that sticks to one project at a time because you have like your process knitters and your product knitters. I am definitely a product knitter because I like to get things done, and then I like to get on to the next project. So it's not like me to have a lot of things on the go. I usually have a big project and then maybe a pair of socks that's a little bit easier to take with me and work on. And I don't know what's happened, but in the last couple months, I had up to 5 whips, like pretty active ones that I was working on too, all at the same time. And then this shawl pattern came out and I dropped everything and then solely worked on this to get it done, which was a nice break. So this is the Anemoia Shawl, which took me forever to be able to remember to say that properly. So this is by Andrea Mowry, or Andrea Renee Knits. It is a monster of a shawl. It is worsted weight. It is so squishy and just absolutely lovely. It is a mix of garter, brioche, and baubles, or nups, I guess these ones are called. So I don't crochet. I've tried to crochet. It doesn't really make sense to my head. And she told you in the pattern that crocheting these would be a lot easier, and me being as stubborn as I am, I thought, no, I'm still going to use the needles because I've done them with the needles. Yeah, it like took me an hour to do just this little row with the needles because you had 7 strands that you were wrapping around and then had to bring your needle and yarn through that. And it was a nightmare. So I had a good talk with myself and I said, if I'm going to do this shawl, I need to figure out the crochet hook. So I'm so proud of myself because I did. I figured it out. And yes, everyone, please listen to the designers. They know what they're talking about. The crochet hook is so much easier. But yeah, so this thing is, I cannot wait for it to get cooler and wear it. But for now, it is just hanging out in the store for people to see. And I used, I didn't grab one, that's okay. I used Cascade 220 Heathers for this one. So I have used Cascade yarn like years ago. And so I was really excited to get it on the needles and work with it again because I think it's just a really great all-around yarn. It did soften up a bit after washing too, so I know some people find it's a little scratchy, but I thought it softened up quite nice. So again, if you want to come see it in person, stop by the store, and yeah, maybe it'll be your next project to get done. And it worked up really fast because it's worsted weight. It took me 2.5 weeks to do this, and that wasn't even really like working pretty steady on it. So I might have even been able to get it done a bit sooner if I had worked a little bit more on it, but yeah, like it is just massive and I love it. So yeah. And then I totally forgot when I started this to say what I was wearing. So and I even like really made sure I was wearing a knit today. This is the Noni Tee by Pip and Pin. So I did this at the beginning of spring. I did a spring tea make along, and this was the first one that I had made from it. So, and it was just using a hand dyed yarn that I had had in my stash for a few years. I don't even remember the name at the moment. It's completely gone. but they're not dyeing anymore, so I guess it doesn't need to be shared anyways. That's gonna bug me. But yes, and it's a tweed. It was a tweed fingering, and I only ended up using 2 skeins of it. So, yeah. So if you ever like don't really know what to do with your fingering weight yarns, t-shirts are great, but you definitely need more than 1 skein. We have this conversation lots at our fiber social of how we go to festivals and buy 1 beautiful skein of fingering and never know what to do with it, other than socks. So I have learned that when you go, you buy more than 1 if you really like it, because then you could do at least a t-shirt or maybe a shawl or something and a cowl. But yeah, things created equal. That's who the dyer was. I'm like, this needs to come to me. Yeah, but she is not dyeing anymore. But if you are in the Alberta area, you probably have seen her over the years at festivals, but that's what this was. So yeah, so good thing I had enough. So I wouldn't have been able to get it anymore. So, okay, now for whips, what I'm working on. So I think with that shawl done, I might be down to 3 whips. Yeah. Let's do, yeah, okay, I'll show this one first. If you follow Knits and Giggles, if you don't follow Knits and Giggles, you should. They also have a podcast. It's Brandy and Debbie. They are absolutely hilarious and amazing, and I just absolutely love their podcast. So go check them out if you haven't. If you have seen their podcast, I actually was on one of their episodes just about a month ago now. So if you watched that one, you might have seen some of these whips that I'm going to share, but I am working on a Marley Shawl by Andrea Mowry. You're going to learn that I do a lot from her. But actually recently I feel like I've been branching out a little bit more. But so this is pretty much full brioche shawl, 2-color brioche. But then when you do your border, it's like a garter border. But yeah, so I am just been working away on this, and brioche is so cool because the other side looks completely different. And this was using yarn from Sassy Strings that I had picked up at the Olds Prairie Fiber Festival that just happened June. So yeah, as soon as I got it, I knew I went in with a plan of what I wanted to buy yarn for. So good. And when I seen these colors, I knew instantly that I wanted to do them as a brioche shawl. So that's what I've slowly been working on. But then I've been having other projects come in, and yeah, so it's been a little slow going. This is why I like to stick to one thing, but this one's been fun. I've been using lifelines in it just in case. If you don't know what a lifeline is, it's just a scrap piece of yarn that you stick into your live stitches. So if you have to pull back, it will catch them and you don't have to worry about picking them up and losing more. And brioche, so this is, well, I guess technically my 3rd brioche project. I did the Harlow Flip. Is it the Harlow Flip? Anyways, one of Andrea Mowry's and it was a 2-color brioche. So that was my first project I did. And I actually really enjoyed brioche. I stayed away from it for a long time because I was terrified of it. But it's actually not hard doing, and you find this quite nice rhythm to it. What does make it difficult is if you have to rip back and fix anything, then it's a little more difficult. So that's why I use lifelines in here, so it makes it easier. I know where I've put it every time. So yeah, I've only had to rip out once, I think, back to my lifeline. Other than that, it's actually going pretty good now that I've gotten into the rhythm. Well, probably not anymore because it's been put down for a little bit. But we got to get back onto that one. But the whip that I'm working on the most lately now, so this one kind of got put on hold. Like I said, I started this other shawl and everything kind of got put to the side. But this t-shirt is the Alchemist Tee by Wool and Pine. So it's this beautiful v-neck top, and then the bottom, you do quite a large ribbing on it. So that's what I'm working on, the 1/2 right now with the ribbing. This was the 3rd t-shirt that I had started in my spring tee make along. And I think just with like 3 fingering weight t-shirts in a row, this one has been taking its time. And I think that's why when I went to this big shawl, it was so lovely and it was a nice break from fingering weight yarn. But I've come back to it now, and it's been my constant that I've been working on trying to get this one done. So yeah. And then my other whip that I have, I didn't even bring it. I had started a tank top as well, and it's sitting, I had got it joined in the round, and then I think it recommends to pick up your collar and sleeve before you finish it. And I just like didn't want to. Again, after doing like other t-shirts, I mean, to pick things up. So that one's still sitting. Hopefully I go back to it. We'll see. But yeah, so fun times. Yeah, that's kind of all I'm working on. Of course, the list is just massive of the future things I want to work on. So yeah, actually, let's talk about something. I'm super curious because I've been having this discussion with others. So Andrea Mowry brought out her Rhinebeck sweater, and it's called Antipodes, which again, like, what's with the strange names? I had to look that up. I had no clue how to say it. I remember when she was sharing her sneak peeks, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I like this. And then when it first, like, she first brought it out, you could see the whole sweater. I don't know. I was on the fence about it. And so my thing is, I actually do have some spin cycle yarn at home that I would like to use in a garment of some sort. So I think because I knew it used spin cycle, then it was almost like I was trying to convince myself that I liked it more than I maybe thought I did. And then you're watching like all these people sharing about this sweater and they're all making it and stuff like this. So then it's almost like FOMO kicks in. And then you're like trying to convince yourself that you like it. Does anybody else do that? Like, is that just me? Or do you find yourself like getting caught up in the trends, I guess, of knitting and the new patterns that are coming out? Yeah, I don't know. But like this shawl came out, and again, okay, something else. I hate bobbles. I hate them. I don't like making them, probably because they're a pain and I didn't use the crochet hook. But so for me to see this shawl, and I knew instantly that I loved it, I like cast it on right away. That's not happening with that sweater. So now I'm kind of like, okay, I think sometimes I really need to take a step back when these popular patterns come out and really ask myself, do I actually like this pattern? Or am I just seeing everybody else loving it and then I feel like I need to make it too because it's really popular? I don't know. It is cool. Like, there is a part of me that's like, it's neat. It still kind of intrigues me, but I don't know if it's enough to actually make it. So, I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys do the same? Do you kind of feel that FOMO when a new pattern comes out? And have you followed through with that FOMO feeling and actually knit something because it was popular, but then didn't really love it? I feel like I've done that. I might have done that with the love note. That was a few years ago. I don't really wear it. But that was another one that was super popular. And yeah. I don't know. The crazy things us makers do. So, speaking of crazy things that us makers do. Because, you know, we seem to get into one fiber art and then it grows from there. So I've actually stuck with knitting. So I've been knitting for 10 years. When I first started out, I didn't really do lots. The first 4 years, it was kind of just hit and miss. worked on things probably mostly in the winter. And then over COVID, which probably a lot of us, I got into knitting pretty much every day. I started knitting socks, and then that's what kind of rolled me into sweaters, and now it's basically a part of my life every day that I do. But over those 10 years, I've never actually branched out into other fiber arts, really. I have tried crochet a couple times, and like I said, it just hasn't really stuck for me. But I always knew I really wanted to try spinning yarn. So I took a drop spindle class in Lacombe Prairie Fiber Festival, a few years ago now. It might have even been 5 years ago now. Yeah, I didn't like it. I took it. It wasn't for me. In my heart, I was like, I think I need a wheel. Like, there's something about the thought of having that spinning wheel that just seems more relaxing to me. So for that long, for about 5 years now, I've been kind of on the fence of wanting to learn how to spin, wanting a spinning wheel. But then I got overwhelmed of all the different wheels out there, and I didn't know anybody else who spun, so I couldn't really ask anybody. So I procrastinated and never followed through with it because I didn't really know where to start. Now with the store, and I've been talking to more people, I feel like I talk to a lot of spinners that I tell them I took a drop spindle class and I didn't like it, and they all say the same thing. They all say, nope, don't start there, get a wheel. It is so much better. So it's not just me. And I actually find the people that I follow who love their spindle spinning, I feel like a lot of them started on a wheel and then it was easier to go to the spindle. I don't know, let me know if you're different and if you started with the spindle and loved it, but it was not for me. Yeah, we're all different, we all learn different. So I finally decided, I've narrowed it down to the wheels that I was looking into, and I took the leap and I bought a spinning wheel. I decided to go with the Ashford Kiwi 3 wheel. Somebody else had told me they had it and really liked it. And then when I was doing more research on it, it just sounded like a good beginner wheel. You can kind of spin anything on it. And it also is movable, so you can fold it up, and it comes with, well, I had to buy the bag, but you can buy a bag for it and bring it with you to places. So I thought that would also be good for me in case I wanted to bring it back and forth from the store. And yeah, so I ordered it. I got it last Thursday. Of course, you have to put it together. So thank goodness for my husband. He helped me put it together on Thursday night. And then Friday, I had ordered some fiber, so it had come in. And I tried to start spinning Friday night. Super, super honest of that experience. Did not go well. So I have been watching lots of videos, reading books, trying to prepare myself for the spinning wheel. And that first night, it's been a long time where I have taught myself a new skill. Yeah, like a long time. And so it's been a long time where I've gotten that frustrated and mad at something. Yeah, it didn't go over well. I was super angry, couldn't figure it out. And we ended up just going downstairs. Even my husband was like, okay, he was trying to give me advice because, you know, men, he watched a couple videos and thinks he knows what he's doing too. So then he's like, well, let me try. I'm like, yeah, have at it. No, it made him very mad as well. So we left it, went downstairs, watched TV, went to bed. The next morning, and I actually, when we were sitting downstairs, I was watching some more videos on it. And then I'm like, okay, I think I understand what I was doing wrong. So the next morning, I got up and was like, okay, let's sit down, take a breath, and try to do this. So I asked around, and I was told that Corriedale and BFL were really good starting points for spinners because they have quite a long staple length. and it's a little bit more forgiving. So that is what I had ordered to practice with. So Corriedale, I haven't actually tried my BFL yet because it's actually a pretty braid. I'm scared to wreck it. So I'm still working on just my Corriedale stuff. But I realized I was holding it too close and this hand was death gripping it. And you can't do that. So when I watched some more videos on it, I understood, oh, okay, like, yeah, if you're a spinner, you're going to totally understand. And surprisingly, it started to come easier that morning. And so I was working on it all weekend, practicing. And I have to say, I absolutely love it. Better than the drop spindle. I just do find it relaxing. There's something about, I had a lot of people tell me to just get an e-spinner and that an e-spinner was easier. And I understand why, because you don't have the treadling that you have to also think about. And you're just kind of like focusing on your drafting. But I really enjoy the treadling part, that there's something about it. And I knew in my heart, that's what I needed. So that is what I've been working on as well. And I did bring my 2 bobbins that I did on the weekend to show. It's a little bit funny, the difference. So this is the first bobbin. So it's not beautiful, it's not pretty, but hey, this is what happens when you're first practicing. Actually, this isn't too bad because I was getting better at the end. So underneath all this, it's really ugly and really like thick. But you know, first one though, got it all on the bobbin. So then the second half, I started a new bobbin. And it was much, much better. I feel like I had it thinner, a little bit more even. Like you can kind of see the difference between the two. So now my plan is to ply these together and practice plying and see how that goes. We'll see. But I have to say, I'm just, very happy with myself for not letting that first night completely ruin it. I did think I had messed up. Maybe spinning is not for me, but I came back to it and figured it out. And so I'm really excited about that. So I will also share with you guys my journey of spinning in these as well. And so if you've been thinking about spinning and you've been nervous to try it, like I totally get it, but it's actually, I don't know, I like it. So I'm glad that I have finally done it, and I'm just find myself excited to get back home and start practicing again. I haven't been bringing it to the store yet, but maybe down the road I will. So if it's something that you want to see in person, then I will have it here for people to see too, in case there's any interest. But yeah, so that's my other little fiber journey that I have decided to take and see how that goes. And other than that, let's see, I don't know, like, what else do you guys like to see on podcasts? I know some people share like books that they're reading and happenings in life, and I don't know, do you like books? I kind of read more sci-fi fantasy, so not so much romantasy. I know that's kind of the big thing. So maybe I could bring something a little different to the table, but we'll think about that. I don't really have a book that I've started yet, so I don't really have anything to talk about at the moment, but maybe I'll bring that into it. I will talk about, though, if you are on Facebook or anything or have people in the Rocky area, you've probably heard that we had a tornado go through. That was on Saturday night. It's absolutely devastating. So we're 25 minutes kind of northeast of Rocky. So there was a tornado that touched down in Rocky, and then a tornado that touched down outside of it. And that one was about 15 minutes south of where we were. So we were fine. Like we had massive hail, though. I've never seen hail that size before. I want to say it was slightly bigger than golf ball size. Surprisingly, we didn't have a lot of damage. Our vehicles were parked underneath our deck, so probably would have had damage if they weren't. I also, thank goodness, had moved my flowers because I'm sure they would have all been destroyed. And so there was actually 2 storm fronts that kind of went through. So the first one that came through had the hail, and then that's the one that was producing the tornadoes around. And then it kind of died down, and we had a second storm front blow through that had massive, massive winds, and we are completely surrounded by trees on our acreage. And we've had trees come down. It's usually like older, dead ones. We had a tree come down, not dead at all. One of our spruce trees, which we've actually never had one of our spruce trees come down. It's usually the poplars that come down. But this one came down and landed on our greenhouse. So, yeah. And when we heard it snap and come down, and we went upstairs to see what tree had fallen. And we couldn't really go out to check the damage because it was still massively raining and super windy and lightning. So we waited for it to pass and we went out, and I thought for sure the glass was going to be smashed. So we didn't build this greenhouse. We've only been in this house for 2 years now, and the people before there had built this greenhouse, and it's a beautiful greenhouse. It's got the big glass panels in the front. Yeah, it's a nice greenhouse. So I thought for sure the glass was going to be smashed, because like, I'm not even kidding you, this tree was like on it, like the front. So I'll see if I can add photos in. I don't know, guys. I try to be tech savvy, but we'll see. So I'll try to add photos if I can. If not, if you go on to, I think I might have only shared it on Facebook. My Facebook, the Cosmic Sheep page, I did share pictures on there. But yeah, so we did go out and check, and I don't know, like, we got so lucky. The glass did not break. The roof beam was mostly damaged, but really, like, still not even that bad. And this tree was not small. This was a big, heavy tree. I don't even actually know how the greenhouse was still standing. So kudos to the people that built it. You built a pretty sturdy greenhouse, because, yeah, that could have been so much worse. So that's the worst, the damage that we had got, and that was just from strong winds. There's lots and lots of pictures on Facebook of the tornado damage, and it's absolutely heartbreaking to see. But driving through and actually seeing the damage is devastating. So a lot on my drive into Rocky, the tornado at a spot came right through where I drive to get into town. And it was a lot. There's a lot of damage. And so my heart goes out to all those that were affected by it. I did see a post that there was 51 houses that were affected, but 8 of them were like uninhabitable. So I don't know. They haven't released yet the size of the tornado or anything. Yeah, just strange. I don't know. This summer, guys, like, we were getting torrential downpour rain, which isn't normal really, like some rain, but the rain that we were getting was insane. Then we had those caterpillars taking over everything and eating all the trees. And then now we're like in tornado season, which isn't really normal for this area. You know, funnel clouds here and there, but actual touchdown tornado. And now it's smoky out because there's fires everywhere, and I don't know. So I'm just thinking of all of you out there dealing with whatever you may be dealing with. And I just hope that maybe our summer will get a little bit easier on us so we can actually enjoy some of it. And I don't know, but yeah, so that's kind of in other news happening around Rocky. But yeah, anyways, I think that's kind of everything I've got for you guys. I think I'm going to try to maybe record every couple weeks. I guess if I don't really have much to talk about, I don't want to just talk your guys' ear off for nothing. So, but we'll see. My plan is every 2 weeks. And yeah, again, if you want to follow along and make sure that you see when the new videos are up, you can go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and follow Facebook, Instagram. I'm also pretty good at posting when new things are coming up on there as well. And then I don't have any events or anything happening in the store for the summer. It's just, yeah, people are out doing things. So, but come September, we're going to hit the ground running. I'm going to have lots of more classes coming up for the winter. I'm already kind of starting to plan them and when I'm going to do them. That's knitting classes. I have somebody who's come in and done crochet classes. She's talked about coming in and doing more, but finding time and stuff, we just haven't yet for her schedule. So watch for that too. There might be some crochet classes and then some other classes too. I had brought in some basket weaving, a perfume making class, so we might do some more of those. They were really fun too. If there's a class you would like to teach, reach out to me. I'm very open to collaborations and kind of seeing where things go. So yeah, but other than that, thanks again, guys, for this first episode. And I hope to see you at the next one. Okay, have a great day, guys. Good week, and we'll talk soon.